My name is Hank. I am Ford's interactive robot, and welcome everyone to the 2013 Pittsburgh International Auto Show. Thank you very much.
Okay, you guys, so here we are at the Pittsburgh Auto Show, and we find Cummins. A little bit disappointed. Only one Cummins. Hemi back there, one Cummins. What's new with the 2013? Couldn't tell you. This is a 2012. So they only brought one Cummins to the auto show, and it's not even a new one. Go figure. Let's take a look. One option I did like was the stock towing mirrors. Okay, now we're going to do one final walk around. I think we're going to move on because only one Cummins here. That's very, very depressing. I mean, they didn't even bring options this year. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to call out to Ram and say that you did a very, very poor job in your PR this year. You didn't even bring the new one. You brought the old one. I mean, come on. I did like the fact that they brought out the 1 ton, but they didn't bring out no options. They didn't bring out the single rear wheel. They didn't bring out a 1/4 ton. They didn't bring out any mega cabs. They brought no options. They didn't even bring pictures of options. And here's how poor their PR is. Ready? Let's take a look. Okay, Hemi. Where's the fucking Cummins? Oh my God, there's only one. A little bit disappointed. All right. Oh look, more Hemis. Another Hemi. One Cummins. You want to explain that one to me? Here's my point. Here's my favorite point. There's the Ram stand, and there's no advertisement. The only guy standing there doesn't even tell anyone anything about the trucks. And since the Ram representative that was there at the auto show isn't jumping at the opportunity to tell you, I guess I'll have to take this opportunity. The 2013 Cummins highlight would be that it has a new frame axle transmission combo that sets the truck up to 385 horsepower with 850 foot-pound of torque. That puts its new towing rating at 30,000 foot-pounds. That's almost 7,000 pounds over the 2012 model. I think that's very important to hear, especially at an event like that where people are actually going to see what's new and what's coming up. And in a very competitive market, this would have been very good information to have at the auto show. Like I said, guys, I was really disappointed in the PR work done by Ram and Cummins at the auto show. I mean, it was just things that I saw flaws in case of really grabbing the consumer's attention and the potential buyers. Like I said, a lot of people go there not just to see, oh, what's here or there, just, to browse around. But there are some serious buyers out there that go and see what's going on in the competitive markets. And it's a good way to do it. Like, if you go to one of these auto shows, you get to see the ins and outs. You don't test drive them, but you see the ins and outs and learn new things about what's coming and what's here and and what is to be, and it's just this was such a disappointment this year. I mean, I really cannot stress that how much I was disappointed when I was there. And three big things I was really disappointed in between the two of them was, first of all, there was no engine or turbo cutaways at all. I mean, the 6.7 really is not a new setup. I mean, it's been around for several years now. But, I mean, it's still a very, very interesting piece of highly efficient diesel technology. I mean, we have a 6-cylinder that's competing with the big V8s. I mean, that's something to be very proud of, and for you to want to showcase and show to customers of what you have. Not to mention the variable geometry turbo that goes along with this engine that makes it that just much more efficient and powerful. Once again, not really a new technology, but still a very good technology to showcase, especially a cutaway of the turbo. Another piece was that there was no clean diesel. I mean, there was no info period on any of the trucks. I mean, they were just there. But especially for Cummins, there was no clean diesel info. I mean, in today's competitive market, I mean, not everyone goes out and buys, these trucks to build and to play with, or, things of that nature. A lot of them, go to buy these, off the shelf, so to speak, so that they could be used right away, and they can, be used as what they are, as workhorses. And one of the biggest things today is with the clean and going green, and I mean, there's a lot of clean diesel technology that Cummins is out with. I mean, one of the biggest things that they really could have showcased about themselves and took a moment to really express, in their own, how do I want to say this? This would have been a chance, I guess, for them to show off about themselves. For example, do you remember 2010 EPA come out with very strict emission standards? Well, Cummins was actually the first to meet these standards in 2007, before the standards were even there. They were at the top of the line, the first to make sure that they were the most environmentally sustainable and conscientious, and I mean, they were there. They were at the forefront and have always been at the forefront of such technology. And I mean, there was nothing to showcase this at all. I really couldn't believe that. And the last thing that really jerked me was there was no information on the 2014 Ram 1500, the half-ton eco diesel. The eco diesel info. And this is going to be the first half-ton that's coming out with a diesel in it from Ram, and it's going to be a 3-cylinder that's the same diesel offered in the Jeep Cherokees. And although they haven't released a horsepower and torque setup for the half-ton, like I said, it is in the Jeeps right now, and they're currently getting 240 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. That's not as great as, the full 1-ton trucks, but for a half-ton, someone that doesn't tow heavy all the time and doesn't really need a tow, I think it's more like 8,000 pounds at any one given time. That's a great setup. Why isn't that information available at the auto show? These are key points. This is a perfect time for them to show off, say, hey, this is why we're great, and this is why you should buy us. And they failed. Epic failure. Maybe I'm just too big of an enthusiast for the whole diesel line, but major disappointment. So that's it, guys. That's my 2 cents about Cummins and Ram and what I saw there at the Pittsburgh Auto Show. And if you want to see my rest of the day, I will have that video up here as soon as possible, and I will show you all the other vehicles I saw and have a link to that video in the description below. So until next time, guys, this is Project Cummins.